Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. It's been a very long time. Let's go here. This is the chart. I'm going to be playing around with my logo a little bit because I'm not sure where to leave it. But yeah, we've got Imor, Loka, BPS, EG, Appa, Jones, Raid and Vale. And we are following BPS tonight. So we will have BPS versus Imor, followed by BPS versus EG. So I'm just... oh wait, I need to... make sure that I've got the right tank, which is not this. Actually, I could have done that. The reason I always pick a light is that it affects the spawns less, because a fast tank spawning in the heavy spawn will always be able to get to the med spawn, and that's a little bit different when it comes to heavy tanks, so that's why I always pick a light tank. Hope the sound is all okay. Let me know if you can hear me alright. Basically, it's been a while, let's put it that way. So I'm just going to have a quick look, because there's some things that I forgot to check beforehand, and it has picked the right microphone, so it should all be good. And hopefully everything will run smoothly, and we will just have to focus on the games itself. Now, as per usual, there's been a lot of drama this season. I'm going to try not to talk about that during the stream and everything. But yeah, there's never a normal season. I like talking about it when it's wargaming drama, but yeah, it's... Anyway, like I said, it has been a while. I've actually missed, like, literally all of the qualifiers, have not really followed what's gone on with the battles there at all. I was on holiday, and I really enjoyed that. Just being away for a little while. I was visiting my sisters in Sweden, and I was just basically, yeah, just enjoying myself, visiting my sisters, one of which I hadn't seen for 2 years because of the whole COVID thing. So I was glad to be out of it, and now I'm glad to be back and glad to be able to be streaming this for you. Like I said, tonight we will have BPS versus Imo and BPS versus EG, so those are going to be some great matches, and I'm looking forward to that. Let's go back to the room. Imo already completely there. Basically, also just like the standard thing, if you want to watch rewards, you have to watch through the portal. I pinned the link in the chat, so hopefully you can find it. Be sure that you are logged in on the portal. Timer should be working, actually. Oh my god. Let me see, I actually forgot to start watching the stream myself on the portal, because, like, rewards, free stuff. I'm not sure why it's not exactly showing up, but probably me. Anyway, like I said, rewards are on the portal. Hopefully it actually works. I have no idea. My... someone is spamming my DMs right now, and it's really freaking annoying. Like, I'm trying to focus here. On Discord, that is. We have a little less than... there we go, should be live now. Oh, it's probably the cookie settings. Oh, I hate that. How do I change that? I read something about that. That people... I don't want to delete everything, I just want to accept cookies, please. How do I do this? Cookie settings, there we go. Basically, if you want to watch through the portal, you have to sort of like accept everything. And that's the only way that these streams will work on the portal, which is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. So hopefully all of that will work alright. We will have a look. I'm fairly certain that the rewards are just for the server that you're on, by the way. So because this is the EU server, the stream, then the rewards will be for the EU server. It would be a first if Wargaming allowed other servers to get rewards for that as well, but yeah. The rewards are a little bit, well, mediocre, but it is still free stuff. Basically, you can get some combat XP boosters, crew XP boosters, a hardcore fan avatar, which has apparently been revamped, a 3 times XP thing, and 1 day of premium account. And there's basically, you can get different swords, you get them per hour, or per half hour, or per an hour and a half. It's a little bit, yeah. But yeah, free stuff is free stuff. Just like these sort of things generally always go wrong with wargaming, so just be patient with them. Now we have Imo ready with 4 IS7s, 2 Yos and an E5 versus an IS7, 3 Yos, a Kranwagen, a Vickers, oh, and another Yo. 4 Yos versus 4 IS7s. That's going to be interesting. Let's put it that way. Dun 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 dun. Let's have a look. We are starting it off on Rockfield in this best of 7, I believe. If I sound scatter-minded, that is pretty much because I am. And my phone is for some reason... There you go. Affirmative. It's basically any how the stream is going and everything. It would be nice if I actually loaded in and could watch some games. Seriously, my laptop really needs updating, but money is an issue, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. And as a result, that means I generally log in late into the game, that is. And yes, cause there is a 5-minute delay on the stream. That is to avoid any stream sniping happening. Though with the rate that we are loading in, sometimes it suddenly starts acting normally, like in the second battle or something. I would like to actually get into the game though. That would be very welcome. Oh, come on. I'm frustrated with this because like everything is normal. You just need to be a little bit patient with my laptop. But it's Blitz that always gives issues. There you go. First damage has already begun. Sorry for what we've missed here. We are... There we go. Days has been taken out. Slater is not looking too good in that position. They have to be careful. Elons is being rushed upon here. We've basically missed the whole first part, but that was a big hit there. And Slater is probably not going to survive this because we've RG now shooting him and killing him off. Basically, BPS has a gun advantage, but if they make all the shots count and the focus fire is on point, this could still go every which way. Sticky is not looking too healthy. Cora as well. Check. Seriously, this name though. What is it with people getting some such weird names? It is 5 versus 4. Grandma is not looking too good. No party without me. Very low on HP as well. He gets taken out. It is now 3 versus 3, but Cora is pretty much in trouble. But as is RG. And HP wise, BPS should have this. And they take out RG. Radikos is almost reloaded. And he takes out Cora. And now we only have Max left. And he is getting hammered pretty quickly here. And let's see. Objects is still there. But he's probably... Max is probably not going to be able to take him out. Not entirely certain though. No. F takes him out. And the first game is for BPS. Now I'm seriously hoping that it will behave better with the next couple of matches, like loading in faster and everything. It usually does. It's usually the first match that gives the biggest trouble, but we will see. And if it basically, yeah, we will just have to be patient with it. Let's see. Basically, there's, like I said, I really would want like a desktop. It doesn't have to be like super epic. It just needs to be good, and then I can stream better and hopefully get a second screen because I'm now like using different devices in order to to basically keep my eye on the live control room and then not have my browser open on my laptop and everything, just to slow down basically the pressure on my laptop. But yeah, BPS now ready with 1 IS7, 4 Yos, a Kranwagen and a Vickers, so that's pretty much the same lineup as the last game. And on the other side we see the Yos being taken out in force as well. We see 4 Yos, 2 IS7s and a Vickers. And this is very interesting to see because like I know that meta has changed and the heavies have been nerfed and everything. I did not expect to see IS-7s, and to be fair, this is my own fault, because like I said, I've not been able to follow pretty much anything of the season so far. Which is like, it's fine, but it just means that the meta is surprising me. Not so much the Yo's, because the Yo is a very lovely vehicle. It's one of my favorites to drive in randoms as well. But like, if you can get those clips in, especially if the Yo's can work together, and they can get around relatively fast and everything, they can be so deadly. But I have to admit that it's kind of nice to be able to see like the old meta tags, like first couple of tournament seasons, and I'm talking like the very, very first. IS-7 was present as well, but at some point it became more the IS-4s, and it was interesting. But it's nice to see it back, and I've actually been wanting Wargaming to sort of give some love to the old tanks that have been there forever. And I'm not just talking about the graphics, because it looks great, don't get me wrong. And as you can see, we loaded in actually on time now. But just like, make the old tanks a bit relevant again. And it shouldn't stop at just tier 10, by the way. It's something that needs to happen in the other ones as well. Days, pretty aggressive here. Going for a quick spot and now going for the base. Sorry, I'm not sorry, it has been spotted. As has most of Immol. A is being capped as well. But Days will grab base C. And then he has to be careful, because now there's two Yos looking at him, and that's going to hurt. Not as much as I expected though. Some shots fired. Days and Grandma both losing a little bit of HP. But that's about it. Max now having lost a little bit. And now we have BPS going cheekily for the B cap. There is Elons though, so that might not work out well. But he has to extend quite a bit, and there is guns behind Slators. And thus BPS now has a base advantage. They are a little bit more spread out than Immol though, so they have to be careful, and especially now F in a tricky position and about to meet Days. He misses that. Slator losing some HP. And F is in a lot of trouble. He needs to really not be there. Or if he is, he needs to run away very fast and not get shot. Because the thing is, he is a Vickers. And this is going to be the end of F. And that's the first gun gone. Slators has lost quite a bit of HP. Object 3 is now being set upon. We have Immol basically dropping down to get those shots in. They have to be careful not to block each other's shots though. Days lost a lot of HP as well. Basically, HP is vanishing all over the place. But Object 3 goes out as well. Now we have Max going to base B to get that pressure back. He gets heavily damaged for it though, and that is tricky because there's a reason that base B is not always being taken, and that's a lot to do. My camera derps. But there goes Max, he gets blown up. Base B is very open, and you always have to be very careful with it. Grandma now getting shot from the other side. Basically, there's no saving Grandma here. And basically the word jokes that will happen with that name. Like honestly, you can't avoid that. General is now reloading. No Party Without Me has reloaded, but he gets taken out. General has to be careful, but Sticky has still 2 shots left. Sticky gets taken out first though. General has reloaded. There goes Sorry I'm Not Sorry, but it is 4 versus 3 and General is almost gone. Elon's turning around to take him out. We have Radikos, who takes out the Vickers and basically then gets taken out himself. And now we only have Slators left. And of course they're going into base B. RG has to be careful. He is the one shot here, potentially. So he has to be careful. And let's see. He does want to get the kill, but basically there's no winning this. There's just too many guns. And too much HP between those guns. And he, oof. That roll though, RG survives. I like it when it's this, when you get the defeat thing, but you still see part of the battlefield. It's so much nicer. But overall, I really dislike the loading thing. Also hope that the logo thing isn't too much in the way. during games. But yeah, we'll have to see that. I just need to wait until the first game actually starts on the stream. But it is now 1-1, and that makes this a lovely little matchup so far. As a streamer, I'm always hoping for tiebreakers. So the more games we get, the better it is. Especially since the next matchup doesn't start until like 15 minutes from now or something. Let's see. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go before we go into the third match. And we see now for Oasis Bombs a somewhat different lineup. We see 2 IS-7s, a Vigors, 3 Yos, and a Batchat. I like seeing the Batchat back, to be honest. That's another one of those things. Like, it's been around, it's been used at times, but not that much. And the Batchat is a lovely, lovely tank. I'm always at the point, like, I want to actually play, like, every tank. Just the first part is now starting on the screen, so I'm just on the stream, I should say. So I'm just having a quick look. It doesn't seem to be blocking anything, so I think I'm going to leave my logo there. Hello everyone that's watching, by the way. Should have probably said that way earlier, but I did say good evening or whatever. And on Immo's side, we see a pattern. And an E5, a Kranwagen, another pattern, a 113, an IS-7, and another Kranwagen. Surprised to see the patterns though. Like, this is, wow, what is happening? And I feel like I've missed out so much. If this is the current meta, I've missed a lot. And yeah, I should probably like watch some of the old streams from the qualifiers or whatever from others. But yeah. Let's go. Hopefully it's not going to take too long to load in again. It looks to be doing just that though. Probably like having issues when it's new maps or something. That might explain why the second battle always loads in a lot faster. But please, just load in. I mean, I want to see what those patterns are doing. And I'm not just talking about the list of that they're entering the battle. I don't really get this, to be honest. I'm not sure how to fix that. Because it's a game thing. For me, it just always loads in way late. And with the meta... But the gameplay being as aggressive as it is, just this really sucks because it makes me feel like I'm missing over half the battle. There we go. We have F watching at the back. Base C is almost taken. But it is reset. Whereas A has been taken. That is a great reset there. Even though they barely lost any HP for it. Maybe Days actually backed out of the base. I'm not sure. But now Grandma and F are moving away. RG is in the middle. Has so far not been spotted. But that is going to change now. There he goes. And he misses that shot. Grandma being pretty lucky here, even though he does get shot now. And he's now in a tricky position. F also gets shot as he crosses over. Grandma taking a secure position there. Oof. Big hit there into the pitbull. This is basically... I'm surprised that the pattern's being taken. Let's put it that way. Bolt in a tricky position here. But there to basically reset base B. And they kind of need that. At the same time, he's aiming at the other way. He is in the Kranwagen. Base B has been capped. It did not get reset. And he takes some damage for it. Now he is being set up on from behind as well, though. So he has to be careful. And basically, so far, he's... Yeah, now he's not lucky anymore. Sorry, I'm not sorry. He has lost a lot of HP. Grandma has been taken out, though. Got set on fire there. We have RG in a tricky position. Bakura is behind him. He's not alone. He has help. Bolt is shooting the Batchat, but the Batchat is probably going to be able to kill him off. And now we have Slators coming up behind him to finish the job. RG and Bolt both being taken out. But there's a lot of very low HP targets. F has been taken out. on BPS's side. Cora not looking too good either. There he goes. And there goes Radicals as well. And now we have Daze taking over base B. Sticky has to be careful not to overextend here because he's going to lose a lot of HP to the Yos. And now with him being tracked, this looks very dire for him indeed. Object moving, but he is going to take out Sticky fairly sure. Sticky does get another shot in. BPS has 3 bases, they have a gun advantage. They have 2 guns advantage now. Daze is moving in, going after Slator's. Base B is being stolen again. No, this is serious. Oh, and there goes Slator's. And now we have Sorry I'm Not Sorry and Daze. The patterns survive for the longest, but they are still patterns. I'm really surprised to see them though, to be honest. Daze, oof, getting very lucky there. No party without me. Going for the base. Daze still, oh, there he goes. And now he's pretty certain that BPS will have this match. Sorry I'm Not Sorry, still alive. But that's about where it ends, because now we are at 1k points for BPS. And they take the game home. And even though you see like a much more even damage spread on Immo's side, basically it was the lights that sort of, now underperformed is not the right word, but like underperformed on BPS's side. But it all worked out in the end. Basically, I think that that thing with Sticky, he was trying to help his teammate, which makes sense. But at the same time, that left him vulnerable to two clip Yos, so to speak. Also, I apologize for the verbal mess ups that I do, mainly because I'm having trouble wording, let's put it that way. There's actually a term for that, which is verbal confusion, it sounds hilarious, but it's very frustrating to have. So, with the 4th game nearing, we are going for the 2nd time to Oasis Bombs, and we see BPS now taking 2 IS-7s, maybe? Stuff might be changing, but we also see a Sheridan into the game. 2 even. Basically, the lineups are very funky tonight. 2 IS-7s, 2 Sheridans, 1 Kranwagen and 2 Yos, versus an E5, 2 Kranwagens, a Vickers, an E100. Oh, there we go, it's been changed. If you read this up in this, but like this, also like with the E100 and the grill, and on this map, it is funky. I'm just going to call it quirky or funky. It's one of the either. And here we go into the 4th match of this best of 7. So the pressure isn't there just yet. It's so right now it's going up fairly evenly. So let's hope that it's a continuation of that. Because like I said, as streamer, I want tiebreakers. Also just because of the time that we have to overlap if this ends early. Let's see, always nice to actually load in. I might just go like load in maps or something beforehand. Just go to a training room and load in all the maps or something beforehand just to see how it goes. Slator's getting spotted early. F has been spotted, but he manages to not get hit for that. Immo in a sort of digging down thing, but we have Daze in the Vickers. Looking to see if anyone is at the corner. There's no one there though, but they don't know that yet. We have now Sorry I'm Not Sorry going in as a sort of meat shield. And now with C having been capped, Immo is going for base A. And BPS has a slight advantage again. Both teams have lost a little bit of HP. It's neck and neck, so that's not really too interesting to point out. Base A has been kept as well. It might be a battle for base C or general. Oof, that is a big hit into general there. They might go after base A because now Immo seems to be retreating from there. And that might leave the base open. Sorry, I'm not sorry. We'll stay there apparently just to protect it. Which is a good call because you don't want to give that base away. But basically you have multiple clusters going on. Grandma. We have days now in the bush. Spotting Grandma. Grandma gets shot at, but it doesn't pen. 19 damage being done there to Elon's. That's of course making all the difference. I understand why people use HE to decap people when they're capping a base. I never understand why they shoot HE like this when it does barely any damage. Because you do need to reload after that again. Elon's holding well, not overextending here. A is now being taken by Slator's BPS, making a move to steal that base. Or at least get more of an advantage. There's a Kranwagen there in the E5. And it is forcing Imo to react. We have the grill now moving in. The E100 is there. And Slator's really needs to not be there. Big hits happening. Not all of them pen. But basically Slatos is in a world of pain. And he's not going to be making this out. But it is costing Imo a lot of HP just to go for him. And there we go. He has been taken out. But look at the HP that has just dropped. Base A is being stolen back. Oh my... Elon's has been taken out. RG is not looking too healthy. And gets taken out. Basically, this is something that Zerd would do. I'm not entirely certain that it is Zerd. He changes his name quite often and I lose track. General will be taken out. But guns wise it's going up fairly evenly. HP wise the same thing. But BPS has a big advantage when it comes to basically the points. And that is the thing. Korra is almost gone. And he gets taken out. Grandma taking a shot for that. I have no idea why my camera does that at times. I have a feeling that my mouse is being just derpy. Playmaker has been taken out. It could still go every which way. Radical's in trouble. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Gets taken out. 3 versus 3. 855 points for BPS. Radical's in trouble. Grandma moving in. But this is the thing. There goes Max. It is 2 versus 3. Base A has been stolen. It is fairly certain that BPS will have this. And Imo will not be able to do anything about it. They do take out Radicals. 930 points, 990 now. And now it's just Days. And he survives. But BPS takes the game. And all in all, it was sort of like a rotating battle for a long time. They just stood there. But in this case, Slater was going into base A like that. And then basically being the sacrificial lamb. That is what won BPS the game here. Because it just cost Imo so much HP just to try and take him out. And those are the kind of moves, like, it looks dodgy when you see it. And it might not work out. But in this case it definitely did. And now BPS is up for match point. So basically if BPS wins the next one and we're going to Yukon, then they get the point for this matchup. And Imo has to win 3 in a row to get the same result. So that is going to be making it difficult. We see some more clippers being taken. We see a 907 being taken. So many different tanks though. I'm happily surprised, mainly because for a few years it's kind of been like similar tanks like the whole time. And they've been fun tanks, don't get me wrong. But I like that there's a lot more tanks being used now. And we see BPS taking 2 IS-7s, 2 E100s, 3 Yos. And on Imo's side we see an AMX-50B, we see 2 Yos, a Batchat, a TVP and 2 E5s. Like, totally different, well, minus the Yos. The Yos are just there always. But there's such different lineups and I like it. 6 seconds to go. Let's see how quickly we can actually load into this new map now. And I will see if I can do that loading thing. Like just go into a training room and load all the maps and see if that will actually work better. I'll try that tomorrow. Obviously not now, but hopefully that will help load in faster. But yeah, there's like a lot more mobility on Immo's side here, but also a lot less armor, so that can work against them as well. And the TVP is a fantastic tank. But it's just like, I always feel that it's a bit of a risk because it's so lightly armored. It does have potential clip thing, which makes it amazing. But that's a lot of clippers to have on your team though. And that can be a weakness on its own. That being said, everyone is taking out Yo, so who am I to judge that? Let me into the game, please. Let's see. That the rewards are going up steadily. Just keeping an eye on the portal on my phone. There you go. Oof, big damage already. I hate this. I hate missing parts of the battle, but we have the E100s being set upon by Immo quite expertly, with the Yos now arriving and basically focusing on Grandma, who's turned around to basically block them. And he dies, but that allows F to get away. Object taking a lot of damage there though. BPS is going literally down, not like it's going down, but like, yeah. They're focusing on Max. Playmake is now almost gone. Very aggressive gameplay by Immo here, but it seems to be working out beautifully. They are now losing some HP for it. But now we have an AMX that's almost reloaded. Object 3 has been taken out. Playmake is almost gone. We have Zlatus and I'm not sorry, who is now on a clip reload, so I'm going to switch on over. F taking a shot into Sticky there, but is almost gone. Yos that are reloading. There he goes, sorry, I'm not sorry. And F. There goes Zlatus. It is 2 versus 5, and that's going to make it very, very tricky for BPS to take it. And I'm fairly certain that this will be Immo's game. We missed it, but the aggressive move on base B was beautiful, and it was very needed. It forced BPS to react elsewhere, and as a result, oof, he is just getting wrecked there. And that is the game over. Immo fighting back. But yeah, that aggressive move, that's not something that they would have expected, because the games have been fairly patient. And look at basically just there's 7k damage between them, but look at the amount of players that survived on Immo's side. That was a brutal game. And I hate that we missed part of it. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try the map thing tomorrow. Meh. I deeply apologize for all the technical difficulties that I'm having, because I'm really hating it. But let's see. 1 minute 16 seconds left to go before we go into the second game on Yukon. Again, it is still potential match point for BPS here, but Immo has been binding back, so we'll have to wait and see what they do now. BPS taking 2 AMX-50Bs, 2 Yos, 2 907s and an E100. And they're going to go against, let's see, an E100, potentially 2 IS-7s, 2 AMX-50B and Mouse and 1 Yo. Like again, totally different lineup, and I like that. And there we go, 2 Yos. No, maybe not. Yes, it is. Okay. Anymore, not entirely certain about the lineup. Ollie, Bolt, now taking the AMX, and Dace going into an IS-7. But there's like, these are interesting lineups. I said that before, but I really do mean it. It's nice to see a versatile meta basically rising up. And let's see, here we go into the second match on Yukon. I really like the avatars, by the way, that those little tank icon things. I still need to collect the ones from the lights and from the TDs. Not entirely certain how to, but we'll see. And the second match I load in just fine. So we have BPS focusing on the base C side, Emo heading towards the base A and B, the mouse being the one to go towards base B, BPS quite aggressively going towards D there, and that might make things very interesting. But we have Dazed in the back and RG potentially waiting to spring the trap. And now we have Slatos arriving. But basically this is the trap that we were talking about. RG, one more shot, he takes it into the other AMX. But now we have Bolt moving in, having one shot left, which he bounces. BPS has 2 bases now. But HP wise, some of the tanks are not doing too good. Sorry I'm Not Sorry is in potential trouble here. Ball carrier behind him. Not having the best of luck with this RNG there. Slator still alive, if barely. And there he goes. Cora has been taken out as well though. HP wise there's a big advantage for Immo. But they are losing guns and that is an issue as well. Max is almost gone. We have now a fully loaded Yo driving around at the back. Sorry I'm Not Sorry gets taken out. It is 4 versus 3. Grandma has to trying to get the shots in. Sticky bouncing some. Basically now we have 907 arriving at the back. They need to push Sticky if they want this to work, and they take him out. And now it is 2 versus 4. But Playmaker has very little HP left. And BPS basically, they have the bases, they have the gun advantage. They do not even have the HP advantage because Daze is still full HP. RG capping that base. They need to take out the guns if they want to win this, and basically all BPS needs to do is survive. They're not going to choose as that, of course, but they need to make the shots count. Oof, big hits into RG there. RG almost gone and he's not going to survive this reload. General taking him out, and now it is just Daze. And we are at 840 points for BPS. And BPS will have this matchup, and I do not think that was needed. Grandma will take him out. There he goes. With a flying turret and a hug from General. Yeah, okay, someone just converted Slaughters his turret. That fits because the thing that he did on Oasis Bombs was definitely his kind of playstyle. Aggressive game. It looked to be going differently for a little bit. I'm not entirely certain what happened there with Immo, I mean. Overall, though, great games. And kudos to, well, congratulations to BPS for taking home the first point. Let's see how it is with the chart. Loka has also won their match. Who were they up against? They were up, oof, 4-0 against Raid. Ouch. What happened with EG, do we know yet? Probably not, because I would expect to score then. But they are up against Vil, and it means that Appa is against Jones. Actually, let's go back for a little bit, because we are up against EG next, and we will go to, let's see, Naval Frontier, Middelburg, Canal, and Halles. I'm actually going to do that thing that I said that I do. mainly just I said naval frontier, probably scroll. Oh no, there it is. Basically, I just want to load the maps in. Basically, we have time now. We have like half an hour or something. So I'm just going to do this in the hope that with it having loaded the map once already, it's not going to be too bad. See, wait, I don't get these. This is so not fair. But yeah, you loaded this. Let's go back. Which maps did I say? I'm so bad at this, honestly. My memory is like a sieve. And it is really annoying me. BPS. Matches. Like, I read the names of the maps to you just now. And I can't even keep track of that. Middelburg, Canal, Helles. Middelburg, Canal, Helles. Middelburg. After that I will show you some replays, by the way. But I'm hoping that this kind of works. Because like the second game it always loads in just fine. But it might just have to do with loading in the tanks and everything. It's not just the map. But we will have to see. Middelburg. That's that. Let's see. Canal and Helles. I'm hoping that this is a solution, because if it's not, then I'm sort of like, I have no idea what to do then. Aside from just bear with it, go through it. I don't know. Like, it's loading in plenty easy just now, so I'm having a feeling that it's not just the map that it's having issues with. And like, if this does work, then I'm definitely going to be doing this tomorrow. Alice, where are you? There you are. Alice is so small though. It's not a nice map to go on when it's a tournament, in my opinion. Let's see. It did take relatively long to load in compared to how it does on my iPad, that is. Okay. Hopefully that will be it. That was pretty much the most boring few minutes that you have. Need to dismiss the room. There we go. Let's have a look. Like I said, I've got a bunch of replays for you. The funny thing is, I've got like no less than 4 aces in the figures from the same player, who's basically okay. A very OP in the tank. I always get these offers like on my press account, not on my main. Now, the first replay I'm going to show you is a game by Rolling Swarm, who, as you know, is back to streaming. He's not streaming the professionals for the EU server, but he is streaming multiple things this season. So, if you haven't subbed to his channel, definitely do so. Oh, he's actually in Jones now. But he described this as a holding game. And we need to pay special attention to the STB. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens here. And yeah. Sorry for being a bit chaotic today. I'm sort of frustrated with my basically with just my laptop and things not really working as intended. But like I said, if the map thing works, then I'm definitely going to be doing that before the stream tomorrow for all the maps that we get then. And we'll just see how it goes. I actually quite like this camo, and Rolling Swarm is showing it off quite nicely here. Thing is with heavies, this is why I generally like driving heaviums or driving just straight up metal lights. Oof, STB gets it. Because they're just so slow to get anywhere. And it makes sense because they're heavy tanks, but it just makes it a lot less enjoyable. Don't think you'll be able to shoot him. But there's a nice little tortoise there. Oof. I was afraid that that was going to do no damage, to be honest. Let's see. He's now in base C. That shot did not hit. Basically, they have a gun advantage, but the Leo is in a horrible position over there. Oof, that is a near ammo rack. That would have been lovely. Vic is now arriving. Bot being set up on quite heavily. No, I don't think that panned. Well, otherwise it would have killed him. But it looked to be a bit to the side, so to speak. They've both lost a player now. Each team, I mean. That was a building. Brian not having the best of luck with his RNG tonight. In this game so far, that is. I actually like, by the way, that with the streams on the portal and everything, you can basically watch the matchup and whatever game and team and stuff you want, because we have 4 streamers that all the games will be streamed, which is lovely. And nice. And it just means that you can watch whatever, and like the current streaming team that we have is just really lovely. And I know that for the professionals, the pro players, Brian is the man. And to be fair, if he really was back, we'd all be out of a job. But I like the teamwork that we have with the streamers right now, and it's just really lovely. What is that IS-7 doing though? Leo not even shooting the VK. That was probably a mistake for Leo. Not sure what the Leo was doing there, but okay. 4 versus 4. Enemy team has somewhat more points. We have 2 camping TDs. That is not a nice hit. That is not a nice hit either. I think we're now entering the part of the game that Brian was referring to with the holding. There's a nice 7. That is a tracking shot. Oof, that is a little bit lucky, but you kind of need some luck every now and again. The position that he's in isn't even all that bad. You can't really get out of it. But with the Yaktiga there and the I-7 there, he is in a relatively good spot. FV405 arriving. He has a nice corpse though. Like, basically, people dying, they make pretty much the best armor, and people seem to forget that. And now we have the SCB heading towards base A, which is very, very needed. And this was what Brian was referring to when I was talking to him. That's one more out of the way. But you kind of like... Tricky part is if they die, and they could well do so. There you go. Yaktiga is gone, and now it's just the tortoise. And they should be fine here, to be honest. Nice shot, a nice bounce stand with SDB being a lovely teammate here indeed. Nice little ace. Oof, that assisted damage though, lovely. So I think I'm just going to have a quick look to be soon. I think it's like 20 minutes like it showed. But just to be sure. Yeah, so we've got about 50 minutes left. That's like 2 or 3 games. 50 minutes left before the room is up, that is. Let's see. Let's show one of these Vegas aces. Like, I got a lot of great games to show off, and I'm really happy with that. if you want me to show your replay, be sure to post the replay on my server. I need to rename the channel though. I think it's still called Spring Season Replays. But yeah, that basically season replays is where the replay needs to go, and then I can show it off on stream. Let's see. See, now it's like taking ages and ages and ages to load in again. This is a replay. I'm just kind of hoping that with it taking so long now, it won't be as bad next time. But why is it like this? Like, honestly. You saw it, well, in other games it just takes, I can load in just fine, and then you have this and it's like, what? Well. Let's see Bob drive the Vickers. Bob is one of those players, he's one of the most mellow players that I know, and he's so chill and so relaxed. And then you see him doing stuff and you're like, what? Wait, what? He's just OP. B-O-P, Bob. Yes, yes. That was a pun, or a joke in any case. And he's also patient like this. Like, I can't stay in the bush like this. I would just lose my mind. And now he's relocating. Oof. Nice hit there. And the Batshot has some help there, but I don't think he's going to survive much longer. There you go. We have a 268 there though, so they have to be a little bit careful. Dave needs to not overextend. Now he's coming back. 268 just fired. And now the standard B is a one shot. Enemy has 2 bases though, that is an issue. And Bob being careful not to get hit by that 268. That is a very low HP. Well, that's a very dead T-57 heavy. Let's see, where did the standard B go? There he is. And now we will see Bob just getting behind him, because why not? That is a nice double tap there. There you go. And there's the snipers at A. 3 versus 4, but the main problem is that they have 2 bases, so they kind of just need to relocate and do stuff and get bases back. Dave listening to Bob here. Because you want to keep them from getting that advantage too much. Bob using his spawning range. Steadily but slowly getting closer. That is a nice juicy waffle. And the FE is there as well, which is equally juicy. The thing is, like, he's getting damage in. The FE is so tall. But just look at him. And they kind of need to do this. He can take the clip. But Dave needs to get some shots in as well. That is a near ammo rack. That would have been great if that was an ammo rack. Nice shot by Dave. Very much needed there. He's now reloading. They need to take him out. Now we have the waffle arriving. And Dave is, to be honest, he's in a good spot to support. Like this. Ooh, he needs to be careful. That missed though. That was very, very vital. I can never do this. Wow. Dave needing help. Base B being taken. Oof. Oof! They need to get the bases though, otherwise they're going to lose on points. And they're both like really, really one-shots. Now we have Bob sort of distracting them. Oof, there goes Bob. Oh, they lost it on points because of that. That was such a great game though. That damage. Look at it. Oh my god, look at this team. Look at the donuts. Yeah, at some point you can't... no matter what you do, you can't win. But these donuts, oh my god. Wow. Let's see, I've got some time left. I'm going to show another Vickers ace because I'm hoping that this is actually a win. I haven't watched these games, mind. The thing is that I always like my reactions being more real. Unless I'm like having a game and I'm like so hyped for the game. Let's see. Thing is though, there's some rewards that you can only get if you watch a stream for 2 hours. And the next matchup, I don't think that is going to take 2 hours. Well, not an hour, I mean. And that would mean I have to extend the stream with just replays. And again, it's like taking ages to load in, but it is another replay, and it is Middleburg, so that is a good thing, I suppose. Because hopefully that means that it won't be this bad. With the games that we are going to get, but we will have to wait and see. Let's see. Has some handy, wanting some help down below. Enemy team has no fast tanks, but they do have 2 Death Stars and a ship bomb. And an AFK E5. Oh, he woke up. Let's see. Bob wanted to get that extra shot in, and he does get it. No, FE not going for it. Let's see. There's Poop Bun. And a Yo. Having some nice spotting position there. It is tricky though because you have that bush, but if you are spotted and you get tracked there, then you basically have a big problem. Bob wanted to get another shot in. Oof, but he doesn't. But I think the FE is now reloading his... Oh, there's a Death Star. And he's not reloading his clip yet. Yes, it's of course the Death Star's fault for... People basically cuss at their team all the time, even though it's their own fault. Like, if you are going to stay behind in spawn and then get mad at the team when you die, that is your fault, not your team's. There's another Death Star coming. And there's a Yo on the other side, so he has to be careful here. I mean, he is a very juicy Vickers. That bounced though. Bob does not really believe in sniper mode like I do. And there we go, that's the FE gone. That's another FE gone. Oof, that's a big hit to take back. 5 versus 4. Nice high roll there. It's basically just, this is like effective use of your team. Your team is the cannon fodder. All you need to do is let them take the hits. And in this case, it's working out because his team is playing careful enough for it to work out like this. And there goes the other FV. We still have an E5. That shot did not hit. But like, this is... Watch Bob play. See how he's like moving around. Constantly relocating. And taking these little tricky slope drives basically. To avoid getting shot a lot. Because now he can just move in. Because you know they A have the victory and B is just free damage. And he can take a hit or two. Let's see. There you go. Another shot in. 5.6k, 5.7k damage here. 6161. And there he goes. That is a victory ace, and I'm much happier with that than with the loss, so I'm glad that we got to do that. Lovely damage. Has some handy doing good as well. A little bit of assisted damage there, but overall, lovely game. Now, the room should be up in a few minutes. I'm not going to show you another replay. But I'm sincerely hoping that the map loading thing will go better with this matchup, like honestly. It's frustrating when you've got like hardware and it's letting you down. And don't get me wrong, I love my laptop. It's pretty good for everything. Except this game. It's just, ugh. But yeah. Bob is, like I said, he's very mellow. I've never seen him get upset over the game and everything. And that's a very lovely quality to have. And basically, I always feel guilty when I'm playing with him and I noob out and we die and we lose. And it's like always, nah, it's fine. And funny thing about Bob. I'll tell you about Bob. When I first started playing the game, I kept meeting him in battle. And I always found it so funny because Bob the Klootsak is Dutch for Bob the Asshole. And aside from Bob not being his actual name, it couldn't be further from the truth. But I always would greet him like, hi Klootsak, which is basically just hi a-hole. But it's like just a joke of his name. And it was so funny at the time. And basically, I have a very immature level of humor. As you might have noticed with the giveaway that I've done. So yeah, there is that as well. But yeah. Let's see. Room should be up soon. Let's see how the others have been doing. No, we have about a minute left, so it's by the looks of it. E.G. and Jones won as well. So let's see. I'm not actually sure who I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. I'm not sure Wargaming knows as well, to be honest. But there's 2 matches per evening. And both matches are best of 7. So basically, there's a Brimmian fight. No, that's the bug. Never mind. I hate it when it does that. The bug is still there. How has Wargaming still not fixed that, to be honest? Like, honestly. But yeah, 2 matches per evenings. Basically, the rewards come per hour. So that's kind of a thing because there's no way that this is going to last another hour. And Wargaming sort of like... there we go, that's the room invite we were waiting for. Wargaming kind of assumes that all the games will be played and they will be played at max time. And that just doesn't happen. Like, I'm hoping for an epic long match, don't get me wrong, it would be lovely. But it's very unlikely to actually happen. So I think I'm going to poke Wargaming to see if they can do something about that. Because us having to fill like half an hour with replays just to get all the timers full for you. I mean, we will do it, but it shouldn't be needed, you know? Like, I've been watching since pretty much the beginning of the stream on my phone, so that basically I could just keep an eye on the thing, on the portal being alright and everything. But yeah. BBS versus EG soon. Looking forward to that for sure. And we'll have to wait and see what happens. Again, it is a best of 7. Very epic players on both sides. Players that have also been in teams with one another for multiple seasons and everything. And that's something I kind of like about the EU server. We have, like, let's say 10, 12 clans that can all make it in the top 8. And it's just a little bit of luck also with the seeding and everything on whether or not they actually manage to do it. But the players that are in them, for the most part, they've all been playing against each other, but also with each other in teams before and everything. It just makes it very interesting to watch and very fun as well, because it's sort of like, of course it's competitive, it's like literal competitive gameplay, but like also these guys know each other and they, well, I wouldn't say love each other, but bro love, and some they probably don't like each other and everything, but they can all respect each other up to a level because the fact that they've just been playing together for such a long time. But let's see, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left to go before we go into the first match of this second matchup. And yeah, the timer thing, it does need to change. Like for me, it's now restarted. So if you watched from the beginning, or pretty much the beginning, then you should be about halfway there now with your rewards. And I think Wargaming sort of went with the literal start the rewards at 8 PM and stop the rewards at 10 PM. Well, to be fair, it says 10:30 PM, so I'm not going to be streaming like 2.5 hours if I have 1.5 hour of games, but I will at least go to that 2 hour mark for you. Less than 2 minutes to go now. That is another thing. NetForce just said GG to Bob the Nutsack, which is the other translation of his name. So yeah, but the guy is honestly, he's awesome. 1.5 minutes left to go. EG now completely ready with a VK, 2 IS7s, 3 Yos and a Figures. Like, this is something that's, and basically now I'm starting, well, now, haha. This is like only the second matchup I've watched this season. But we see, ooh, did Jack my grandma go, or is that Whoopsie? I think it was Whoopsie, to be honest, but not sure why his name is now suddenly different then. I don't know. But yeah. We see IS7s and Yos and Figures. That is sort of like cool meta right now. Let's see, 36 seconds left to go before we start the second matchup. And we see on BBS's side 2 Yos, an IS4, 2 IS7s, a 907, and a 50B. To be fair, I like the 907 as a tank, I really do. This is exactly why I'm against Wargaming releasing it right now. Because they're basically releasing a tank behind the paywall that is competitive. And that's something, like, Wargaming did that a few years ago, and then they sort of promised, yeah, we won't do it anymore. Well, here we are. So there is that as well. I hate it when Wargaming does that. We actually loaded in on time, so maybe the map thing did work. So I'm definitely going to be doing that tomorrow, just to be safe, hopefully. People getting in each other's way now. The Yos heading towards the base. Seaside, the AMX. Object taking a position to protect anyone pushing through base A. F and losses AFK. Blind shots happening, but there's no one driving there yet. They were hoping that someone was spotting there, maybe. And we are ready for a showdown at base C. Subhuman waiting back, still getting pretty much hammered for it. And now needing to go to a position that he probably didn't want to go into. Winch basically capping a little bit, but more troll capping. Both teams losing a little bit of HP, but nothing too dire. Da Silva losing some HP, and now we have Subhuman getting some cheeky shots in there. He does lose more HP for it. In general, just lost a lot of HP. But the IS-7s, basically, Winch is not looking too healthy there. And he drops down. He kind of has to. Orca taking some damage. BPS basically now pushing. Probably want to get Winch and put him out of his misery. Orca now on his reload. Carolade has reloaded though. And they are pushing Orca here. And Orca, this is basically, it's the natural reaction to go back. But look at this. Look at this. He just got obliterated. Orca has been taken out. Da Silva is not looking too healthy. Subhuman still alive, if very, very barely, with 27 HP here. And Winch not looking too healthy either. There goes Subhuman. But HP wise, BPS has a massive advantage there. And gun wise, they have one as well. Now even more so, with the Silva being taken out as well. I'm not sure what happened here. I think basically EG got caught in positions that they did not want to be in. Shock has been taken out. Winch gets taken out. It is now just Hollow Purple, and Last is AFK has been taken out as well, so it's just Hollow Purple here. Nico will have to get an epic Hollow Banner, but even he does not get time to reload in order to even try that. So the first game is for BPS, and they only lose one guy for it. I want to point that out as well, because like, it is EG. EG has been steady and like all the way at the top there. This was a bit messy gameplay by EG, and it's makes sense because BPS sort of like pushed them into positions they didn't want to be in, and it looked to be going a different way in the beginning. But those IS-7s there, with the way that the Yo's were stacked up, and then you had Whoopsie there as well, they were just basically farmed and they couldn't do much about it, and that was brutal. So let's see. Second game going to begin in just over a minute. And we have EG now ready with an E100, 2 IS-7s, 3 Yos, sorry, and a Vigas. Versus 4 Yos, an IS-7, an IS-4, and a 907. That 907 is basically being loved a lot by BPS. But like I said, this is what I have against Wargaming releasing tier 10 tanks in the middle of a tournament season. Like, if it's grindable, then I'm still against it, but okay, I can get it, because you can grind it, you can get there, you can use free XP that you've used up, saved up and everything. But a tank behind a paywall, where you have to gamble to get it, and you have to spend loads of money in order to get it, a lot of these players are young. Like, these are, I think, all young adults, but still, you need to spend a lot of money in the game if you want to be competitive. If the 907 is deemed competitive, and in my opinion, since we've seen it multiple times now, it is deemed competitive. And yeah, that pisses me off about Wargaming doing this again. So let's see. Second game, here we come. And each is sort of like has to get themselves back under control. And it does seem to be working, that load the map thing, because oh god, I'm so doing that tomorrow. So happy with that. Now we have BPS heading towards a and B-ish kind of thing, but we have basically, IS-7 IS-4 already got spotted there. But that kind of gives the wrong impression, because it probably makes them think, makes EG think that BPS is all there. Which is not the case. Yeah, of the IS-7s again moving towards base C. So far, only Winch is the one that has taken some damage, but for the rest, there's not really been enemy damage done. And BPS isn't even trying to get to base C. Now if the Yo's relocating at the back, the Silva going for a cap, he might be able to get it, not entirely certain. With Subhuman now reloading. He doesn't dare to though. And by now, Subhuman is reloaded. And he takes a hit for it. A few hits for it. We have Whoops going towards base B potentially. Subhuman again trying. They need that base. Lost AFK, losing a little bit of HP there. And Da Silva again not going for the cap. Base A again being capped. F unspotted right now. Even though he fired. And they don't quite dare to do it. Hollow Purple now taking base B. But angled at a completely different angle. Basically trying to get some attention away from the base C side. Winch losing a little bit more HP. It is tricky business this though. Oof, that shot missing. And now Hollow Purple might be in trouble. We have Whoops arriving. 907 is moving in. And what looked to be a diversion move might actually be very expensive for EG. And he's not going to survive much longer. There he goes. And that's the first gun out of the way. That's a lot of armor to be taken out of the way as well. And now base B is being kept. F taking that. We have Shoko now being set upon by Object 3 and Whoopsie. And base B being abandoned. It is tricky business this, because now you have the Silva versus Subhuman. We have sort of like a lot of small battles going on. Winch is being set upon and gets taken out. That's the second gun gone from EG. And all guns from BPS are still there. Shoko not looking too healthy. One more reload and he will be gone, and there he goes. That's the third gun gone. And so far, everyone from BPS is still alive. There's a load. There goes Subhuman. Was just gonna say, there's a lot of low HP targets, but that's a big gun advantage to have. The Silva gets taken out. It is 6 versus 3. And it's going to be, there you go, 6 versus 2. Toby here. Lost AFK gets taken out. Toby basically now just there and going to get shot a lot. And he goes to salute, because there's literally nothing he can do here. There's no way that he could win this. But I want to point out that now you do need to shoot each other though. There you go. General gets the kill. I want to point out that this is the second game where only one guy, and I believe it's also the same guy, died on BPS's side and EG got defeated. And let's see. Now we are moving on to Middelburg. There's no... Well, there is pressure. There's no real pressure. No match point yet. But basically, EG needs to find their footing. And let's say... We see the E-100s being taken out on BPS's side right now. Oh dear lord. Are we going to get a meme battle? I mean, like... I say that. It could technically be a tactic, but seeing 4 E100s on one team, that is including all the weaknesses of the E100s, so I don't know. Let's see. On the other side, we see Hollow Purple and the VK again. We see 2 113s, 2 Kranwagens, and 2 IS-7s. Radicals is the only one not ready yet on the other side. So let's have a look. But we also see the pattern being taken out again. I'm seriously going to need to talk to people in order to understand. 268 is being changed for a 263. Or maybe not. Let's see, they have 25 seconds left to go. No, he does stick with it. But 4 E100s, an AMX 50B, a Patton, and a 263. That is interesting, let's put it that way. Let's see. Almost ready to go into the battle. Countdown clock has begun. No real pressure just yet, but if BPS manages to hold on, they could just be defeating Ichi here. And let's see. Like, DPM wise, I think EG has the advantage, but E100s, like, if they all hit their target, then oof. Let's see. And now we're loading it late again. So, okay, it doesn't always work. Oh, no, it works in that! I shouldn't be so happy about things working as they should, but I am. Let's see. BPS heading downtown with only F heading towards the hill. Whereas EG is splitting up. 50B taking the base. E100's taking locations around it. Base C is being taken. F is there to spot, and he does spot people going up without getting spotted himself. Shots are being taken. Winch takes a little bit of hit, and then another hit there. And now we have the Silva trying to spot carefully, but there's no wind there. And Hollow Purple holding. Needing to be careful. Because this is a tricky spot to be in, and he's going to get hurt a lot here. Unless he bounces, I was going to say, but he does that. Subhuman taking a little bit more of a hit there. And let's see. Basically, F has been spotted now. Object 3 is looking in his direction though, so he is there. He is being supported. And BPS has a point advantage, so it's not up to them to actually make a move. And that is going to make things tricky for EG. Hollow Purple in a bit of a tricky position there. But so is Radicus, Subhuman holding. Basically, BPS is just dug in and waiting for EG to do something. Shots being fired. I think there was a blind shot. Or maybe not, because he has been spotted last AFK. Last AFK, I should say. I'm not sure why I always say is, but hey. More shots being fired, no real damage being done. Object 3 patiently waiting for anyone to come down the hill. He is looking away a little bit now. The advantage isn't that big, but base A is heavily guarded. So they have to be careful there. Shots now being fired at Winch there. Didn't do any damage, but he has to be careful. That's also something that I find interesting. With the IS-7 being driven again. I mean, the IS-7 is always a bit of like the drivable ammo rack. F now going out. Winch taking a bit of a hit there. And another one. He needs to really just not be there, really. And we're nearing 700 points. BPS is all together. Carolade has been spotted as well. And most of BPS has as well. They could just be taking base B. And there's not really anything that BPS could do about it. But they're not doing that, and I'm surprised at that. Like, they know everyone is over there now, so why not take base B? Now we see Hollow Purple making that move. And it is very needed. And I think they were waiting for that, because look at the movement now. Hollow Purple. Basically, they know. Hollow Purple is trying to get out of there, not wanting to be there anymore. Oof! Big hit into F there. He is being set upon. Hollow Purple is retreating. Hollow Purple is hurting. And EG needs to push, and they need to push hard. And they're sending the silver in to go after F. And that's going to be the end of F. General not looking too healthy either. Hollow Purple still alive. There goes General, there goes Winch as well. And they need to avoid Hollow Purple dying. If Hollow Purple dies, basically it's game over for them. Base A is being stolen. And it is close. Both teams have lost 2 guns. Now lost AFK. EG losing a lot of HP here. This is where the 113s are not the best tanks to have, because they lack that armor. And he gets taken out. Basically, EG now has 2 bases. But BPS is already at basically they have to drive into base B to make it work, and they do not have the time to do that. And so BPS takes the 3rd game in a row. And honestly, just like this, it's EG. I mean, I'm massive kudos to BPS, not doubting your skills at all, because you're epic. But I'm surprised at the, let's say, the chaos that is happening with EG. This is not the steady EG that I'm used to at all. And now it is a potential match point for BPS. And if they get it, it will be a 4-0 against EG. And what? Aside from wanting more games, like in general, I mean, if I have to stream another 40 minutes, then yes, I prefer to fill them with tournament games. But yeah, but it's just, I'm a little shocked. I am. And now we see BPS changing the lineup quite drastically, with 2 Yos, 2 IS-7s, a Vicus, a 907, and potentially an E100 if Subhuman readies up in that. There's 2 Subhumans actually, with multiple more underscores here and there. But there's a go. It's another Yo. And I think that they're kind of hoping that EG might be preparing for those E100s now. And there we go. EG still has to ready up, and they need to ready up quite quickly. We see the VK still being taken there, with the Vicus, a 113, a Kranwagen, an IS-7, and potentially 2 113s. Carolade has to ready up. Otherwise this might not go well. There you go, it's a Kranwagen. And let's see. Here we go. And like I said, it is potential match point for BPS here. And that in and of itself is well, again, I'm not trying to talk down on BPS at all. You're epic. I know you are. You're a lovely team. You've, again, massive experience there in the with the game and everything related to it. But with a clan and a team that has been as steady in pretty much members as it has been in playstyle and everything, I'm just shocked at pretty much it looks like a bit of a walkover. And I don't want to say that because that sounds rude and I don't mean it as such. But the way that BPS is just dominating these games, I'm shocked. The Silva managing to get out of there without losing HP despite the shots being fired. That is a very lucky Da Silva. Lost AFK, does lose some HP though. But so does Whoops, and he loses a little bit more then. And a little bit more. But pretty much most of BPS is there. Aside from one lone subhuman in the corner. Base A is being taken. And we have F now moving downtown. Winch going to get base C here. Lost taking a hit for that. And now base B is being taken as well. Hollow Purple staying down, which makes sense. EG now having 2 bases and an advantage there. And we have movement downtown. We see Subhuman and F making a move. They are spotted though by a dug-in Hollow Purple. And that is going to be a thing, because that should let EG know that they've got the upper hand. But instead, they are putting back some of their forces to prepare for whatever comes downtown, rather than pushing in the hill. Probably because they just want to secure those bases and get that upper hand more. Subhuman now moving up. We have lost AFK, not spotting, but now BPS is putting their forces back into the hills, and I think they're hoping that Lost and Winch are all the way down below. Thing is, if they push it, EG has a gun disadvantage in the form of Hollow Purple. Radicals pushing, and now Subhuman wants to drive into base C. That's a tiny little bit of HE damage done. Base C is being taken. There you go. That is where I understand using HE. The Silver has to be careful losing so much HP just for peeking out there. Basically, we now have Hollow Purple heading towards base B, but Carolode lost a lot of HP there, and they will have to make all their shots count now. Carolade being protected by Toby, but he still gets taken out. Object 3 has been taken out as well. Base C is being taken. Oh, base B is being taken. Winch is being set upon, is not going to live much longer. He is bouncing a little bit. Hollow Purple is arriving. General has been taken out. It is 950 points for... Oof, Winch is not going to survive that. The Silver gets taken out. Winch survives a split second longer, but there he goes. 930 points for EG. Lost gets taken out. 3 versus 5. This is going to be very tricky though. They are taking back base C. There goes Whoopsie. 980 points for EG. Shoko needs to be careful. And there we go. EG wins the game. And wow, again, I do not mean that I'm happily surprised. Well, not so. I'm trying to find the right words, and it's hard. But like, it's EG, and I'm surprised that they were behind 3-0, and I'm happy that they've got a game now. But even this game, it was chaotic, and I think this is more BPS not capitalizing on the moves that I thought that they were doing, rather than EG playing it really well. And that's still a big thing in my opinion. So yeah, 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go before we go into the 5th game. Again, potential match point for BPS. That's going to be a thing now for the rest of the games. And it will be up to EG to get those games up, because they need 3 wins in a row to take the match home. BPS only needs the 1. We are moving on to Canal though. And that is a big map. And a lot of it kind of depends on what side is being locked down, from what I've seen. And the lockdown move doesn't happen all that often anymore. But yeah. We will have to wait and see. 40 seconds to go before we move into the game. And we see that BPS is already completely ready with a Kranwagen, 3 Yo's, an IS-7, E50M, and an 268. Again! E50M! New tank. Like old tank, but... not really a tank that you would think is meta, and I like that it gets taken. And on EG's side we see 2 IS-7s, 2 Yo's, a Vickers, a Patton, and a 263. So 263 has more true armor. I don't call it a YOLO wagon for nothing. Yes, and what Assassin said, both teams are amazing. They are. And this is kind of like, I've got favorite people in both these teams. And I just, like I said, as a streamer, but like, I want a tiebreaker. I want tiebreakers because they're lovely, and it shows the teams are evenly matched and that the games are epic and everything. So yeah. Let's see. We are loading in late again. And let's see. But it doesn't seem to be as bad as before, so I am definitely doing the map thing tomorrow. and hope that that will keep some technical difficulties at bay. Surprised at the E50M. Like, I'm properly surprised at the meta here. I'm not entirely certain what the meta is, aside from Yos and IS7s. With a little bit of Kranwagens, a little bit of spotting. Oof, that is Toby. That is some big hits. Da Silva as well. BPS was waiting for this. Now Carolade is losing a lot of HP as well. That is a lot of HP to lose just for wanting to cap a base. Carolade is trying to get out of there. Gets tracked there. But manages to only get one shot into him for that. That is so cheeky. That play by BPS here. Very brutal. Da Silva in trouble. And we have F being able to land shots now as well. He takes some back. But not a lot. General takes a bit of a hit there. Hollow Purple in trouble. And we have Subhuman who wants to cap base A, or wants someone to cap base A, I'm not sure. But this, like, oh, that was brutal punishment for wanting to cap base C here. And now, EG has to be extra careful, because like I said, it is a potential match point for BPS. Subhuman now climbing up. Steadily heading towards base A, completely uncontested there. 263 winch holding in the middle. A now being capped, and that will give BPS a definite advantage. And will basically force EG to react. Whereas they have some relatively unhealthy tech, not like unhealthy. But if you have to push, that makes it hard. Radical's in an excellent spotting position there. And basically F locking the place down over there. Spotting Hollow Purple as well. Carolade getting shot all the way from over there by Subhuman. And actually getting tracked there a little bit as well. But this is tricky. They need to do something and they're not entirely certain what. Now the E50 is being pushed. And they need to be careful there, because there's also a 268 there, and that can land very big hits in things like the Patton and the Vickers. Radicals being set upon as well. Basically, there's a several front fight happening. And there we go. E50 has been taken out. Winch, not looking too good. He gets another shot in, but it's not going to be much longer. There he goes. He actually gets taken out all the way on the other side. And HE wise, EG is not looking good. Toby losing more HP here. Hollow Purple having some HP left. Da Silva now moving in. But the thing is, BPS still has 2 bases. They still have the advantage here. And it's working out for them a lot better than it is for EG. Lost has been taken out as well. There goes Da Silva. And it's fairly certain that this is BPS's game, and that means that EG has lost 4-3. Object 3 is still alive. And that bounce pattern actually is basically denied the kill here. And that sort of like signs the death warrant for EG for this matchup, that is. And there goes the Radicals. They do get another kill in. But there goes Hollow Purple, and now you only have Carolade left. And there he goes. 1k points. All enemies gone. BPS has it. And I'm honestly shocked there. Like, again, these teams are both epic, so it's nothing against that. I'm surprised at the gameplay that we saw from EG tonight. This is not the EG I know and love, so to speak, with the way that they are playing. And to be fair, that is also BPS, because you had the, in this case, this last match, that brutal assault at base C. EG was not prepared for that, and it makes sense because you want to cap early and you think the enemy is going to do the same thing. But they got smacked so hard for doing that. So yeah, that was, not gonna lie, that was pretty epic gameplay. But that means that BPS has the point here and not EG. There's 2 rounds of round robins, so there's no pressure with regards to that just yet either. But that is really cool, because now BPS has 2 points, EG has 1. The rest is still going. So again, I'm going to show some replays for you guys, mainly to go so to get to those 2 hours, so you can get all the rewards if you're watching through the portal. But yeah, they do need to do something about the timers, because having to fill up so much time just for this. Like, I think we've got like half an hour to go or something. Let's see, what have I got for you? I'm going to show an E100 gameplay, mainly because we've been seeing it a lot tonight. And we'll check the scores of the other teams in a little bit. But like I said, I'm a little bit shocked at what happened there. This is not the EG that we know. Like, the gameplay wasn't anything like the steady and sort of patient and on point gameplay that we're used to. It was weird. But yeah, no real pressure just yet with regards to all of that. So that's I'm happy for BPS. Again, like I said, it's nothing against BPS what I'm saying now. It's my shock at EG. BPS was epic. They had really great moves, and it was a pleasure to watch. And when you have like these cheeky moments with the assault on base C, that was epic. And then you had the F in the E50, which was basically making things very, very difficult for EG until they pushed him, and then basically they just, it didn't work out for them. They lost so much HP in the beginning already. Let's see. 2 E100s here. I don't drive this tank all that often, to be honest. But yeah, massive kudos to BPS for the games tonight. It was, like I said, it was a pleasure to watch. No idea who I'm going to be following tomorrow. Basically, at team preference, I've said any, because I'm happy to stream any of the top 8 teams. And happy to see them. Because the thing is, it is top 8, so it's going to be interesting either way. But I am worried for EG. Like, that sounds really dramatic, but yeah, it's kind of true. Let's see. Base A has been kept here. They are keeping base B together. You can shoot his head. Oh, that's even better. Oof. See, this is the thing. E100s can be so cheeky. You can't shoot it. Oh, maybe you can. There you go. Nice, nice. The one shot. They have 3 bases though, and that might be an issue. Let's see. We have the Foch arriving near the back, so they have to be careful with that as well. Go for an ammo rack. It'll count. No, it's not ammo rack, but yeah, it's still a nice shot. Base C now being taken. You have to be careful because you want to avoid a team getting so many bases. That'll do. I did call for an ammo rack. Just want to point that out. Lovely. Oof. Really big hit there. I didn't actually know you could get down there. That's good to know. Very cheeky game here. Let's see. I'm also going to go show you a total blasphemy game. Mainly just because I can. And there you go. cap that base. I'm not sure if he's going to. Nope, he's not going to. But base A is being kept, so it should be fine. There's a lot of people saying EG should have won that game. And to be fair, I agree. Again, nothing against VPS. They played epically and they did really good. But this was not in any way, shape or form the EG that we're used to. I'm not sure why he did that. This is why you carry Premode. Oh, bunch of trolls in the chat. It's harmless though. Lovely little ace. That ammo rack though. Absolutely perfect. And I think I know why he HE'd him. Because of Brothers in Arms, but that did not happen. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh yeah, I was going to show you a controversial game. It's not an ace, I'll tell you that, but it is a very funny game. The thing is, I needed to win in lights, and I wasn't really in the mood for that at all, but we were playing to it and was like, oh, what the hell. This is the first game in this tank on this account, that is. I've played it on the press account and all. It's not really my type of tank. I don't like derp. And because I do not like derp... Now Whoopsie is there as well. Oh my god. Like I said, I do not like derp. And because I do not like derp, it would be nice if I could actually get into the game. So it doesn't always work, but hey. Let's see if it can actually open the game. There you go. Because I do not like derp, I use a different gun. And I do the same. Like, it looks really weird with this gun, I'm not gonna lie. I'm used to the derp gun on it. Like, to see it and everything. But if you have a derp and a non-derp option on a tank, and you really do not like derp, just play it however you want it. For me, this gun works a lot better than the derp gun, and I enjoy the tank a lot more, because I like the fast, speedy Zoosoof tanks. The funniest thing about this is, though, that because you're driving the T49, people automatically assume that you will be driving it with the derp gun, and the fact that you're not really throws them off, because they're not used to people actually basically driving it this way and reloading that sorry, reloading it that much faster. So let's see my little sort of blasphemy game. And then I missed my first shot because that was very super pro. We have the shark tank looking this way. And then we have the E3. And this is the thing, like, I've barely done any damage to him now, so he's probably going to think like, oh, yeah, I can just push now, but then I shoot him again. And it's at this point I need to realize that you're not using the derp gun. I even bounce a little shot here, which is lovely. And I kill steal. I do take it there, but it's kind of needed at this point. Because they've got two bases. And we need to avoid them winning on caps. And they're all the way over here. We've got two guns here. And he is pulling back. I'm kind of standing still here in the hopes to just keep him here. So we can shoot him some more. And that does no damage, which is like pretty useless. And now Totalis is almost reloaded. I do no damage that shot either, which is useless. Thing is, I still got all the weakness of a T49. And there you go, I kill steal again. And I was really hoping to shoot him, but he actually was just out of my line of sight. And I want Totalis to just be careful there because I need him. And I don't really have a shot here. I load the heat because it's an object to 5-2. And this is again the thing. They will automatically assume that because I've just fired, that I can't fire it again. And in this case, I probably should have switched back. But I'm just going for certain hits because I can't afford to bounce. Not when it's this kind of situation. And not when the blaze is pretty much YOLO'd in there. So let's see. I can't really shoot Dio. He dies, so that's not a good thing. And I'm... In this case, we have two bases. This is where the thing... I see the T-34-2 that is driving off. And at that stage, I'm fairly certain where he's going to go. And if he goes there, it will take them a little bit to get to base B and actually cap it. So I might have enough points in order to do this. I just need to be careful and make sure that we keep base C. So that is where I'm headed right now. Because with the way that he was driving, it is fairly certain that he is gone to base C. So I go here and then he actually starts capping. And then I'm absolutely certain that he's there. And in my stress to actually do it right, I have to be very careful. Because I know that if I do not hit this, we lose. But I get it. And we hit 1k. And we win with my pew pew gun rather than the turbo gun. So that is the first game in this tank on my main account with Kolobanov in the first class. So I'm not too unhappy with that. And like I said, right now I'm just showing you replays. Mainly to just basically fill some time. But since everyone is driving the 50 TP, let's actually show a replay from that, shall we? Let's see. And don't get me wrong, it is a good tank. I'm happy actually that most people get it for nearly free. I'm not happy with some of the things that this event has done to the game, like getting pro players to Steel Club into 4 to farm Brothers in Arms medals, people blocking each other, shoving each other, blocking shots on purpose, kill stealing and all of that. Things that you wouldn't normally do just to get that Brothers in Arms. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But I do like that most people will have been able to get the tanks fairly easily, to be honest. Let's see. Nice cheeky shot. It can pack such a wallop. I really like the tank itself. Oh, there's a waffle. And that's another nice hit into the E1 there. Some assisted damage happening. Oof. You always have to be careful. Most of the team is there, so they're less likely to get hunted from that side. Even though most of the enemy team is there. And now the E1 is one shot. And that's the end of the 268 for being in very horrible positions. Basically, this is a farming game, but pretty much all the aces I've had on this map, aside from the Supremacy ones that is, have been around my using this position mainly. Because it is a lovely position. And as long as you've got targets, it can really, really work for you. And that's another one gone. He just needs to be careful of the T-57 heavy. And where did their waffle go? Cheeky shot there, I approve. Let's see. Thing is, he's occupying so many people on his own. And getting some cheeky face shots in. Let's see. Like, also, if you're tuning in now, the tournament games are over. This is just me filling the time so that people can get all their rewards. Oh, there's the waffle. See, in this case, with my having this much HP, I would just be cheeky and go for it. But like I said, this is a lovely farming tank. Oh, nice. And he might take a hit for this, which he does. But there you go, 3 kills. Let's see. But yeah, like I said, the tournament games are over. This is just me showing you replays so that you can get the timers full. Because at the end of the day, I want people to get their free stuff. And even though the free stuff is just meh and nothing as epic as it could have been and everything, it's still free stuff. So I want you to be able to get it. Let's see, I think Owen was hoping for a Razzie maybe. Cheeky, I like it. And there you go, that's the waffle gun. At least it's not the only kill that got taken. Because I always feel bad when that happens. And let's see, it's going to... No, not even a one shot. Nice bounce too. Oh, please give Owen the kill. Tip for the future, you didn't have to HE that. Like, to just not HE that. Ah, no, I know. Someone just said, hi, but for a pew-pew, RU is better, more nimble. Yeah, that is very true, but the thing is, like, I'm just mainly pointing this out because people always feel forced to drive the gun with derp because it's meant to be like that. Same with the KV2. I drive the KV2 without derp and it performs a lot better in my hands with that than when it does with the derp. It's just not my kind of thing. And it's not like I dislike all the derp. I love the Smasher. But just not the KV2 and not the T49. It's not my thing. But 6.295k, well, 6.3k, let's put it that way. 6.3 in a T9, 1690 HP. That is some fantastic playing there. So let's see, what else can I show you? I just keep getting offers on this account, it's stupid. Let's see. I'm kind of curious about this one, so I'm going to show you that. My thing is mainly, it's the same thing with people telling you can't play loads or whatever. I mean, play whatever you want. It's a game. Have fun with it. And take it seriously, but not too seriously. Like, play to win. The reason that I do not play fun modes generally is the fact that people just go completely YOLO. Like with gravity mode, they will jump off a ramp and you're like, oh, look at me fly. And then we lose the game because they just completely YOLO and die because of it. Not that kind of like do whatever you want. I mean, it's a team game, so play it as a team and play it also for your team. But I mean, like, play whatever tank you want, play whatever gun you want on that tank. That sort of stuff. Play whatever tier you want. It doesn't all have to be super serious. And I think that a lot of people forget that. And that's also like where I think where the salty people come from. Because they will just be like, they lose. Mainly because of their own mistakes. I want to point out that as well. Let's see. There's a Smasher there. I would be scared of him. Smasher just fired though. Like he can hear it. That's helpful. What was that even? Oh, that was funny though. But yeah, I mean, it's a game. Have fun with it. If you find yourself getting really, really salty for playing it, then basically you're doing it wrong. And I get people getting frustrated at games. I get frustrated at potatoes as well. Of course I do. But there's a very big difference between getting frustrated at something and cussing people out. Because at the end of the day, my gameplay isn't flawless either. So who am I to basically be rude to anyone? Oof, he still takes a hit for that. But overall, cheeky game there. They're just really just running around. And they have to be careful. There's a corpse there, Yusuf. And he has to be careful here, because he is like not like a one-shot. That was a very lucky miss, not gonna lie. He should probably go after the over here, but he's not. Where's the T-49? That's the one I'd be worried about most here. Let's see. They just asked, Anna, do you have any idea if we'll be able to acquire the 2020 autumn season crates camos later this season? I have no idea, sorry. Oof. Farrah's just got obliterated. Now it's 2 versus 2. And where did that T-49 go? There's the T-49. Now he has to be careful, because now he's a one-shot for both. If he came moving in, he kind of has to, but it's the T-49 that's going to be the issue here. Good thinking for Yusuf to go around. You can't shoot him there. I mean, I'm always hoping that Wargaming will give people free stuff. But I never know, because it's still Wargaming. That was a very vital shot there. And in this case, he just wants to keep his teammate alive. Oof. Oof! That was perfect. That's like an accidental teammate in a VK there. I'm not sure what sort of rewards people will get later on this season, to be honest. Cheeky game here. Not flawless, but it definitely worked out. Now, let's have a quick look at what the other teams are doing. Jones won as well. From Ville. They won from Appa and they won from Ville. Immol got a point, so they won as well. Going down versus Raid. Raid is not having the best night tonight. Raid didn't win. Ville didn't win. EG won once. Loka, Immol and Appa also won once. And BPS and Jones currently leading the leaderboard, both with 2 points. Like I said, there's not that much going on yet because it is a double round robin. So we first have a round of round robins and then we have another round. And yeah, like I said, I have no idea what I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. Wargaming hasn't told me yet, and I've basically not really given a specific preference because I like all of these teams. So let's show another replay or two, just to fill the time a bit more. And then I'm going to need someone in my clan to carry me. Let's see. Let's watch Bob again, shall we? Oh no, wait, I see a Howard in the chat. I'm going to show his replay. This is a tank that I feel is sort of like underappreciated these days. It was so OP when it came out. And I wouldn't call it OP anymore, but it's still very lovely. Only I generally do not play it as a TD. I play it more like a heavy. Yeah, because it's very T34 like, or T29, just in a more serious tier. And it's an interesting map though for this tank, because this tank basically it performs the best with the it performs the best on hill maps, for in my opinion, mainly because of the gun depression. Why is it basically it paused my timers? I think that's it. I think I've got all the rewards. Yeah, I've got all the rewards that you could get today. Let me also just get rid of that for you. And yeah, that means that if you started watching at the beginning of the stream, then you will have all the rewards. And that means that I will show you this replay and that will be it. So you probably have like 5 more minutes or something. Sorry. Let's see how it is going to be doing here. Howard and Paul are pretty much... Howard isn't even his real name, but still. They're like 2 peas in the pod. They generally always tune together. I've rarely seen him with anyone else. Let's see. Yes, please make that mistake. That is a nice big hit there. See, like, a little bit of ridge lining like this, that is what really suits the T30, because it's got nice turret armor. It's got amazing gun depression. It can perform really, really well in these kind of positions. Oof. A little bit too hasty in the shot there. Got standard B a little bit because of it. That's a very big hit there on the Jagdtiger. And now they're at a disadvantage. Howard playing a little bit too impatient here. There you go, Death Star gone. Jagdtiger gone. None of the bases have been capped. Does he not know the T30 is going to reload? There you go. Very lovely HE shot there. Kranwagen arriving. They have to be careful though. See if you can HE him in the bum. Oof, that is a big hit. Big hit. And that should be the Kranwagen gone. There you go. Superboy wants some help. Let's see. That'll do. Aw. Oh, poor guy. That is a very awesome damage game. The ammo rack definitely helped though. Things were a bit more tense without that. No, that should have been HE or Premo. Well, you actually used Premo. Just slight hit that little bit of armor. Lovely game. That ammo rack made it all worth it. So, 6.4k damage in the tier 9. Again, like the 6k games, like in tier 9. That is epic. So, I think with the matches having all been over and my having streamed long enough that if you had started watching at the beginning, you could have had all the rewards. That is going to be it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. I will ask Wargaming to adjust the times a little bit because this is just too long. It's too long. But we'll see if they do that. Never know. Again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games. I will be seeing you again tomorrow. No idea what I'll stream then, but we'll see. And it's definitely going to be fun. So, wishing you all a very good evening, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Bye bye!